This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, but rocking a beautiful Toronto background behind me. I just got back from Frightmare in the Falls, and that was a blast. But here we are on November the 6th, 2025. And folks, I have a return guest. I had her on. I'm trying to think when. I think it was 2017, if my memory serves me, because I've had a few people on from this particular movie. Yes, we're talking Beyond the Valley of the Dolls,
Yes.
celebrating its 55th anniversary, folks, which is surprising considering my guest is 18, you know? Folks, I give you the absolutely beautiful, with gorgeous red hair. Folks, here we have Dolly Read Martin. How do you do, Dolly?
Hello, Greg. So good to see you again.
Yeah,
You look
absolutely.
wonderful. You're the only one not growing old.
Well, I'm 53 and I feel I had an eye operation a
Did
couple
you?
of years. Yeah, well, I had a retina operation, and
Ooh.
yeah, I left my brother's apartment one night to go to work because I work overnights, and there was blood, not blood, black patches over my right eye, and so
Wow.
I went to an eye doctor and told me, it just goes with age, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, God.
10 days later, there was again come from my brother's apartment, went to work, and all of a sudden there's like a black curtain over 75% of my vision.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Oh, that's
January.
scary.
That was January 10th and then January 20th. So of that year. And then I got made an appointment with the eye doctor and they said I need a retina operation.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't feel anything. They didn't put
You
me
didn't.
under for it.
Wow. They
No,
just they just numbed it.
they numbed it. I could hear them. But I mean, other than a little bit of pressure, I couldn't really feel anything. And you know, um, and I got that and the cataracts taken care of, but in that eye, like my vision's a little distorted, but I can see you right now, whereas I couldn't before.
That's
So
wonderful.
yeah,
God, I had cataract surgery. It doesn't hurt at all.
no.
No,
So yeah, that was something that I was a little
I'd
surprised
love
by,
you.
but yeah.
Wow. Wow. I tell you, I'm 81 now.
But
God
you were
knows I
18.
18. That's right. That's right. Next year I'll be 28.
Yeah.
But but I feel wonderful, except that I keep breaking things, and I've broken my back 3 times, and I've broken my neck, and I've got two screws and a plate in my neck, and I broke my wrist. I think I've broken every bone in my body, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can't move my shoulder. I've lost my shoulder rotator cuff, and but so when I say hello to someone, I've got to go. Hold on a minute. Do you want me to hug you up there? And I have to put my hands up there. Otherwise, I'll hug your ass. One down here or one up here, but I got to put this. So when you're hugging someone, you got to put it up here. They all went for the ass. Yeah, yeah.
I got to do a special shout out to your manager and friend Lori, who's been so wonderful. She was
Oh,
working with you whenever I had you on years
Lori
ago as well.
Thompson. She's absolutely wonderful. It's her birthday this week, and but she was with Frank Sinatra and Barbara Sinatra for like 36 years,
Oh
and I
wow.
Yes, and when Frank died, she was then with Barbara, and then I stole her at the end when I was leaving the beach, and I couldn't pack anything up because every time I would go to a drawer to pack things up, I would be hysterically crying. So I asked her to help me, and now she's been with me 10 years. She's wonderful.
Is she gonna be 18 too?
Yes, she's going to be, no, she's going to be 17. Yeah, she's a kid. Yeah, and she runs and oh my God, I am not an athletic person. And Beyond the Valley of the Dolls really fulfilled a fantasy for me because I can't sing very well. And since I had thyroid cancer and had to have my thyroid taken out, now I don't have a high voice.
Yeah.
It's very low now, getting very butch. And right here, it's this. But Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, I was this rock singer that it fulfilled every fantasy in the world. My next life, I'm coming back as a singer or a cop, one or the other.
Or maybe a singing cop.
A singing cop, wouldn't that be great?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
You know, it's funny. Earlier this year, I had Christopher Riordan.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's a lovely guy, isn't he?
yep. I had him on, and we chatted and celebrated the 55th anniversary of this film. It took me a while to get him, but I finally got him. And of course, I've had Marcia McBroom on
Oh,
here.
yeah, Marsha's wonderful. She
Yeah,
stayed with me a few times when she's come to LA. She's wonderful. I love
I,
her dearly.
I've had Marcia on twice, and once on
Uh,
Zoom. And boy, did she ever class up that interview, the earrings and
oh, wow.
yeah,
Wow.
wow, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And I've
Yeah,
had Harrison Page on as well.
oh, Harrison is adorable.
Yeah,
Yeah, he texts me a few times and I haven't seen him in a while, but he's a lovely guy. Yeah.
yeah. So I really like this film. What a great Criterion release here. Look at that. It's beautiful,
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
I
like this
enjoy
film.
the movie, I must tell you.
Hmm.
And next year on my birthday, I said, I don't want any party. I want it all to sit down and we'll watch Beyond the Valley of the Dolls and start dancing.
There you go. That sounds like a great way to celebrate a
Yeah.
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah. With a little caviar wouldn't hurt either.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. And a lot of wine
That can't hurt either.
and maybe a joint or two.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I do
Absolutely.
enjoy my joints, I got to tell you.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie, The Big Lebowski. So
Yeah.
I think I could kind of get that feeling of being laid back and just taking it easy.
Yeah. 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 It's great.
Yep, absolutely. So what do you think, this movie being celebrating 55 years like that's and it's
It's a
still,
cult movie.
yeah, I love
Is
this
that
film.
funny?
Yes.
They said
Yeah.
it's 20 number 23 out of 25 of the top cult movies of all time. That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Really is. I
Looking
had a
back,
ball doing it.
oh, I bet. Yeah, it looks like everybody was having a ball doing it.
Yeah.
What looking back, what's your reflections on Russ Myers?
Wes Meyer was tough. I got to tell you, as sweet and adorable as he was. And when my parents came over from England during the shoot, he really was wonderful. He took them to San Francisco because his mother lived up there, and and he knew that they were going to stay with me, and I didn't have much money, so he had an old sleepover couch, so he transferred that to my place, and he treated them so beautifully, and he was just a lovely, lovely guy, but a bully in the beginning. He was really he would say, uh, if he got mad or something, he said, "I can replace you. I can just replace." And people say, "Well, did you do the movie because you felt it?" Bullshit. I did the movie to get a job. When I was going for the movie, I was in a brown Dodge Dart with push buttons. Remember the push buttons? I think I've told you this before, so if I'm repeating myself, cut me off.
That's okay.
And I'm going up Pico Boulevard, and there's 20th Century Fox with a big, huge ad for Barbara Streisand in Hello Dolly, and it said Hello Dolly, and I knew I was going to get the part. I went for Cynthia's part apparently, and then they put me over to Kelly to be Kelly, but after I did like 3 or 4 interviews on that, and I got it. But I knew I was going to get it because of Barbara Streisand.
There you
Hello,
go.
Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly.
Yeah.
And of course, this movie is infinitely screenplay written by Roger Ebert,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Isn't that super? He was a lovely, lovely guy. I uh, uh, not Cynthia, Marcia McBroom. She was very close to him, and but during that time, I had just met Dick, so we were in the throes of first love, our love, and all of that kind of stuff. So when I finished a scene that day, I was out, and I was running home to him. So I didn't really hang out a lot with anybody. We had fun while we were there, but I never until the movie was over. And now Marcia stays with me. Her and Lewis, they stay with me when they come down to LA, which is great.
Well, look what I have. I got blended in
Boy,
my
that's an old
background a little
picture.
bit. Yeah, I got this was when I interviewed you before. I got this sent for an autograph, and there you
Oh,
go.
and I sent you a nudie the last time I was here.
Yeah, I won't present that on here, but out of respect, But yeah, uh,
But I had good tits, Greg. I'm not
yeah,
ashamed of my boobs at all.
I'm not ashamed of it.
And do you know that my friend Marla Rowan, who was married to Tom Rowan, who was the son of Dan Rowan, Rowan and Martin, and I went to her house one time, and she said, "I've got this great new computer game. It's fabulous." She said, "There's 20 pictures of just boobs, and you have to say whether they're real or fake." So I said, "Oh, great!" And there was like 60 people there, and I said, "Anybody?" She said, "The one person got 18 out of 20." I said, "Oh, great!" So I go, and I'm sitting in front of the computer, and we get to number 7. You have to say fake or real, if the boobs are fake or real. Get to number 7. I said, "Those are my tits." And Marla said, "Yeah, I'd love to have those tits too." I said, "No, no, no. Those are my tits." They were from my Playboy picture.
Uh-huh.
And so it's got me with my hand here.
Hmm.
And I said, "Did anyone say they were fake?" She said, "Well, one doctor, he said he looked like you were holding them up." I said, "I'm in my early 20s. Why would I be holding my boobs up? It was just resting there." So he was the only one that said I had fake, so I let him have it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
look fake to me.
No, they weren't. They weren't real. I mean, they weren't fake. They were not fake. No.
Yeah.
Now they seem to be fake, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Probably wishful thinking.
yeah. But I never sell my autographs. I keep all my autographs. So this one says to Greg with love, Dolly Read Martin. So yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
ah,
So
ah. That's
and I
sweet that you still have it.
I still got the nudie too, but like I said, I
But
won't.
you can tear that up. You can tear that up.
I'm not gonna tear up the nudie.
But I don't
No.
want to embarrass you.
Oh, you're not embarrassing me. Now, whenever I strip down nude in my apartment, my cat gets embarrassed and he runs away. Tries to find an escape.
What's
You
your
know,
cat's name?
Skittles.
Skittles?
Yeah,
I,
Skittles.
I,
Skittles is over there asleep.
mine is asleep too. But I took too long to name my cat because I went to the kitty cat cafe where they have all
Uh-huh.
these cats and stuff. And this one got on my lap, and I said, "Oh, that's cute." And but I got her, and I thought, what name? And I'm trying to think of something really smart. And so I'm calling her Kitty Cat until I can get a name. I say Kitty Cat now. She runs towards me, so I can't name her anything but Kitty Cat. When Dick and I lived in Malibu, people would rent their houses and they would get a little kitten or something, and then they would leave them when they left. So they would find their way to our house. So we had Kitty Cat 1, Kitty Cat 2, Kitty Cat 3. I mean, put some food out and you've got a new cat. It
Well,
was
you know
great.
what? At least you know when you say kitty cat, they all come.
That's right.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That works, you know.
So what's the weather like in Toronto?
I don't know about Toronto. I'm in New Brunswick,
Oh, you're in New Brunswick.
Yeah, I'm 4 hours ahead of you.
Wow. Are you
Yeah.
really?
Yep, I'm an
Wow.
hour ahead of East Coast, or Eastern Standard Time.
My
So I'm in
steps my
Atlantic Canada.
stepson and my step grandson and my step great grandson live in Vancouver.
Okay, yeah,
Is that
they're
near you?
they're Vancouver's on the same time zone as you.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
on the Pacific Coast time, and yeah, I'm an hour ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So yeah.
Wow. Is
So
it a
when we
great place to live?
I prefer Toronto because I like the big city myself,
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is a nice quiet province to live in, so it's kind of like almost like a retirement province. I've lived
Oh,
here
yeah.
my whole life. I'd like to move to Toronto, but due to the inflation and everything going on here in Canada, which I won't get into, it's it's been hard to do that.
Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
I'm 53 years old. I work as what I do for money. I do this for fun,
Yeah.
but for money
Yeah.
I work as a cleaner.
Yeah.
So I do overnight building cleans, and
God love you. God love
well,
you.
I'll tell you, I was not happy during the pandemic because I understand the praise going to doctors and nurses, but nobody acknowledged the cleaners,
No.
and we were right there. Like I didn't stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Boy, that COVID was just how they handled it, I thought was very bad. But
I agree, and our
yeah,
prime minister at the time was shameful.
yeah,
Shameful, especially
yeah.
with the convoy, the trucker convoy. He was shameful.
Oh, that was awful. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that was just awful.
he was horrible, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, especially since he broke the rules that he expected everybody else to keep. Like, I'm sorry, follow the same rules you dictate. So,
hmm
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, we've got Gavin Newsom in California. We got to only hope and pray that he doesn't become president.
You know what? A lot of people are hoping he does, but I remember the January fires. He
hmm
was exact like I'm like
Hello.
if,
Yeah,
it, if this is what they want to use to counter Trump, I'm like that's like throwing gasoline or throwing fire on gasoline.
yeah,
know, I'm
It's the
so
highest. It's the highest taxes. Uh, Now they're going to put 45 cents on each gallon of oil of gas, so that they can for climate something. It's
oh
always
jeepers.
stuff like that drives me crazy.
Everything's climate change. I
Yeah,
mean, every time our current prime minister opens his mouth, everything's climate. How
yeah.
about deal with the homeless situation? How
Hello.
about deal? Yeah, how about
Yeah,
deal with
and
the?
Newsom, he's trying to clean everything up for the Olympics, and then it'll all go back to how it was. It's the worst. It's the worst homeless
Yeah,
rate, and he's got he's got billions in the hole. I don't know where that money goes, but I'm not a big fan at all. He's
I
a
agree with
good-looking
you.
guy,
Well,
but
that's
who
all
wants
he's
to?
got to go on.
Yeah, that's all he's got to go on. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
But I
But
remember the fires in January. I'm like,
oh,
he was not
oh,
looking very good during that time.
and no water.
No
Uh,
water.
oh, please. I could go on. I could really rant and rave, but I'm not going to, because I'm decided, because when I turned 18, I wasn't going to be rotten anymore
There you
about
go.
Newsom.
Yeah,
Ah,
we can always think of the positive, like Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, for example, you know.
yes, yes.
Yeah, very, very, very positive
And
on
then
that.
I turn YouTube on, and there's Dick and me and Bob Newhart and his wife Ginny and Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, and we're on Tattletales, and that was a funny game show where the where we oh Dick was so funny, and Newhart was so funny.
You was telling some stories before I pressed record. I'm going to ask you to reflect again because you were talking about some of the people that you and Dick Martin
Dick,
had known, like Cary Grant and Jimmy
oh
Stewart and
yeah, John Wayne.
John Wayne. Is there any stories that you wish to, or even the ones that you had told before we record? I would love to hear, for example, the Bristol story with Cary Grant.
Oh gosh, yeah. We um, we were at what was her name again? I forgot. Is that all there is, or is that all there is? What's her name? We I told you we were at her house for a party. Um,
Oh,
I know. It's what happens when you're 18.
yeah.
Um, um, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, um, she was a great singer. Um, Peggy Lee, thank you, Laurie. That's my
There you
Laurie
go.
again. Yeah, Peggy Lee's house, and she
Uh-huh.
had a cocktail party from 6 to 7, and
Uh-huh.
then Dick and I were going to go to Bob Newhart's house for dinner. We were going to go out for dinner, so we went and we got there about 6:15, and it's crowded. There's so many stars and people there, I can't tell you. And suddenly, Cary Grant comes up to Dick, and he shakes his hand. He said, "Hi, Dick, Cary Grant." And I'm like, because Cary Grant was born in Bristol, England, where I'm from. And and Dick says, "Oh, this is Dolly." And he goes, "Hello, how are you?" And starts to turn away. And I said, "I'm from Bristol." And he went, "You're from Bristol?" Well, we started talking for half an hour. We talked about there in Bristol is a seaport and an airport, and it's so old, and they've got pubs that had uh, pirates coming up this from the in the canal in the water coming up the steps into the pub, but they were all pirates. So he's telling me all these places, and his mother lived in Henleys. And he said, "How did you know that?" And I said, "Are you kidding? I'm a big fan." So he said, "I'm going to go see my mother in about 4 weeks." He said, "Does your mother and father still live in Bristol?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "I'll give them a call." I said, "You're going to call my mother?" He said, yes, of course. And he took all the information. And I went, oh my God. So I said to Dick, we got to go now. And it was about 6:45. He said, but we just got here. I said, no, no, no. We're leaving now because I've just met Cary Grant, and I can't believe I just met Cary Grant. So we went to Ginny and Bob Newhart's house, and I said to her, can I use your phone? And she said, yes, of course. I said, it's long distance. She said, I don't care, that's fine. I called my mother, and I said, and it was like early in the morning there, and I said, Mom, if Cary Grant calls you, it is Cary Grant. Don't hang up. Don't say, baloney, and hang up. So, but his mother died like 2 weeks later, and he never did call my mother, but that was fine too. But he took Dick and I to Hollywood Park, to the racetrack. We had such fun. He was a lovely, lovely man. But Jimmy Stewart came to our wedding reception, and I couldn't believe that there was Jimmy Stewart. And he wrote me a lovely, lovely letter saying how much he wished Dick and me happiness. And it was lovely. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both. Did you know Grace Kelly?
No, I wish I
No,
had. Wish
no.
that's before my time. Thank God
Well,
something was before my time.
I know both of them worked with Grace Kelly. That's why,
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And you mentioned John Wayne. Talk about
Oh,
him.
do you know my mother was visiting from England, and we went to the Laughing set, Rowan Martin's Laughing. We went to the set, and Cary Grant was in a big bunny costume. Not Cary Grant, I'm sorry. John Wayne was in a big bunny outfit, like a big. It was so funny to this macho man to be in a dress as a bunny rabbit. But when he came out on in regular clothes, I went to introduce my mother, and my mother, I didn't realize, was so bananas about John Wayne. And he went to hold his hand out to say hello, and she threw her arms around him. I love you, she says. I love you. And and the picture made all the papers in England, front page, all the papers in England. It was lovely. She was thrilled to bits. She was a star of her own, right in Bristol. It's great.
Wow. I love hearing these stories,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You and Dick Martin have had an interesting relationship. You were together, then you got divorced, and then you got remarried again. Now,
Yes.
that doesn't happen a lot,
No, it doesn't. Let me tell
Talk
you what
about what,
happened.
yeah.
Before we were married, he said we could adopt because I wanted a child. And he said, oh, we'll adopt because he had a vasectomy. So
Uh-huh.
so we were married 2 years, and I said, could we start the paperwork? He said, for what? And I said, to adopt. And he said, I don't want to adopt. He said, well, I don't want kids. I've got 2 kids. I don't want kids. I said, but you said we could. He said, I lied. And I got to tell you, he didn't find anything wrong in he said, I lied. I wanted to marry you so bad. I lied. So I said, I said, that's not a little lie. That's a huge lie. And I was going from 29 into 30, and the bells were ringing. And so we got divorced. Well, I went to this shrink, and he said, you get divorced, and you get divorced today, and here's your attorney. I said, I don't want to get divorced. He said, you need to make a point. And he talked me into it. So we were apart for like 3, 4 months. And the judge awarded me $4,000 a month in alimony for 4 years. And so by that time, Dick and I were living together again. We were dating the whole time. And so the first of the month comes, and he says, why do I have to pay you? I said, don't pay me. I don't care. He said, that judge says I got to pay you. So I kicked back to him $2,000 a month in cash. He loved his cash. And so, and I had his credit cards. And so we were living together, but he was getting, and he was writing me off tax wise. And so, right the day after the 4 years were over, we went down to the judge to get our license to get remarried again. And the judge said, "What happened?" And Dick said, "The divorce didn't work out."
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, he always, I got to tell you, the man always made me laugh. And so for years, we would be in Malibu and we were overlooking the water and we were having a drink and he's having his, what he called a see-through, which was a vodka on the rocks. And I'm having vodka tonic. And we're looking at this gorgeous view. He said, "See, Dolly, if we had kids, this would never happen."
Well, I don't have any kids. I just have a kitty.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
cat and a dog.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Talk about your experiences for Playboy, because you were the not just once but twice you were the
Yeah. Yeah.
Playboy
Well,
running.
Hefner called me um, when, remember his the wife was ran away
Uh-huh.
and the runaway bride. Well, he wanted me to do a centerfold, not centerfold, a photo session. Where are they now? And I said, "Why would I do that? I don't have the body that I had then, and people are just going to say, 'Oh, she doesn't look very good,' and oh, I don't want to do it." He really was pissed off at me, really pissed off. But I just that was then. Now, when I became a playmate, um, did I tell you about the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia?
I don't
I don't
remember.
know. So anyway, we're in London, and there was the vice president of Playboy was Victor Lowndes, and Victor. I went to see Victor, and he said, "Well, you're my kind of bunny." There was going to be 6 girls chosen in London to go to Chicago to train for 6 months to be bunnies to come back and open the London club in the near the Dorchester, and there was gambling, so we had to learn everything from the ground floor up. So he said, "You're not my kind of buddy because I'm I'm not skin very thin. I'm what they call zoftic. I don't know, but so I said, okay, that's fine. And I had a very dear, my best friend Valerie lived in London, and her mother and father were terrific cooks. So I would talk myself into having a good meal on Sunday at their house because Sunday dinner in England was fantastic. So I'm at her house, and the phone rings, and it's Victor, and he asks her on a date. And she said, "No, I've got a date, but Dolly is here. Would you put me into it?" So, okay. So he calls, he says, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is giving me a dinner at the Dorchester this evening, and I don't have a date. Will you be my date? And I said, sure. And so he picked me up. And no, I don't think he even picked, yes, he did pick me up. And we went to the Dorchester, and there was this huge, huge room, and it was big table, a huge big table, and there was all these princes and things around. And I'm sitting next to the Prince of Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince, and Victor is on the other side of me. And I was having such a good time because all I had heard about America was cowboys and Indians and mobsters. That's because that's the movies. That's all I saw. So I said, "Where are the mobsters in?" And we're laughing, and I said, "And I'm not going to Saudi Arabia because I've seen movies where you have a great big cutlass and you go through the desert on your camels and you cut people's heads off." Well, the prince was laughing. We were all having a good time. And Victor said, "You've never been to America?" I said, "No." He said, "Would you like to go?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love to go." He said, be at my house. This was Saturday. He said, be at my house Monday morning at 9 o'clock. I said, okay. I thought, that's not going to happen. And I went home. I called my mother again and I said, I'm going to America. Oh, good, my dear. You take care. Okay. Monday morning, I turn up at Victor's house with my suitcase, and he's in his, I guess it was his suite. He was in his bedroom. There were secretaries all over the place, and he didn't have anything on from the waist up. He was like a hairy ape. He looked like, in fact, I called him a hairy ape, and he was laughing, and I'm sitting there with my suitcase. He's drinking coffee and smoking, and he's doing business, and I'm sitting in this little chair, and he suddenly says, call the American embassy and tell them I'm bringing my fiance over to America to meet my son. We got a visa just like that. I couldn't believe it. I was like in shock. And so we went we were on the flight, made the flight, and I met Hefner, and we had a wonderful, I think it was a week I was there. It was wonderful. And Hefner said, she's my kind of bunny. What are you talking about? So I became one of the 6 bunnies come to America. And then when we finished, it was 6 months of really hard work. And because we were doing TV shows and radio shows and working till 4 a.m. And it was hard work. I hated every minute of it. And after 6 months, we were from the door bunny to the pool bunny to the VIP room to eventually to the showroom, and it's a 2-drink minimum, and I had 15 people, and they didn't give me a tip. These cheap bastards did not give me a tip. That really pissed me off. Like early morning, I take the tray and I throw it from one side of the bar. I said, I quit. Because just remember, we worked all day until 4 a.m. and I was so tired and I was feeling very ill. And so I said, I'm not feeling well, I'm going home. Well, because I said that, all the other 5 girls said, I quit too. So they quit. So we were called into the office at 9 o'clock the next morning. And of course, my Playmate picture was coming out saying how much I loved being a bunny, which occasionally I did. It was lovely, but not, anyway, he read us the riot act like you don't believe. Oh my God. Are you quitting it? In the end, he said, are you quit? Are you? And they all said, no. He came to me and I said, yes. And he said, everybody else get out. And he said, be the door bunny. I said, okay, I'll be the door bunny, but I've got to go to the doctor now because I'm really not feeling well. And he said, don't give that illness to me. He said, you're going to be fine. And don't make that an excuse. It turns out I had pneumonia. And it was, oh, hi, kitty. and so the doctor had to come every day and give me penicillin shots. And I was really, for like 6 weeks, I was really bad. They came to the Playboy Mansion where I was staying. And then when I eventually saw them again, I said, I really was sick. And they said, we know. And then I ended up doing the Playboy. I love being the photo bunny because I would say, would you like your picture taken with a Playmate? Yes. And they're looking around I'm going to be a Playmate. So I would have my picture taken. But Keith Hefner, who was Hugh Hefner's brother, had a lovely, lovely girlfriend, but she was the photo bunny, but not on her 2 days off. So everyone wanted that one of those 2 days. It was great. But we had a lot of fun. And when we came back to England, there were 30,000 girls that tried to be a bunny. Many of them were not women, and they would show up with a coat on and open up because they didn't realize they wanted girl next door type. They didn't want a stripper. They didn't, they wanted a innocent looking, you know. So that's in a nutshell.
A lot of
And
guys are
then,
attracted to
then,
that.
then I
Yeah.
went. Then Victor asked me if I would go with the crown prince and him to gamble, and I said, "My mother's in town. No, well, bring your mother." My bloody mother again. So bring your mother. So my mom and I went to the Knightsbridge Sporting Club, and the crown prince showed us his lucky way to play roulette. He made $30,000 and I made $6,000. And I went, my mother refused to bet. So I went home and I spent $3,000 on my family, bought them all lovely things, and then went to America on the 3,000 that was left. And I tried to get my visa in California. And Ronald Reagan said, there are enough flowers blooming in the state of California without bringing in any other from any other country. So I eventually got it in Chicago. And it took 2 years. But I lived at the mansion, and it was great though. Hefner was wonderful.
There
And
you
then
go.
on the wedding, when we got married, he's I should show you. It's in the hallway. It's a Leroy Neiman. He copied a Leroy Neiman. I mean, a Leroy Neiman did a picture. He copied our wedding picture of Dick and me and signed it. That's an amazing thing. Huge, huge. That was Hefner's wedding gift to us.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
With Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, it had a wonderful soundtrack, you
Oh, didn't
know.
it?
Yeah. I love that song, Find It, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's some great songs in there. I love that.
Yeah, that was the song you were belting out.
The what?
That was the song you were singing.
Yes. Oh, yes. I sang them all. Not me personally.
Oh, let's say it was you.
I lip synced well, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, that had a lot of great music.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think right off the top of my head who was the singer behind Find It or
Lynn Carey.
Lynn Carey. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. What a voice.
Yeah,
Wonderful
I
voice.
yeah, I got your Wikipedia on here, so there we go. Okay. Clicking on Beyond the Valley of the Dolls here. But yeah, that was a great song. And in many ways, of course, the Rocky Horror Picture Show would come out 5 years
Oh,
later, but I
yeah.
think that Beyond the Valley of the Dolls pioneered that pretty
I do
much,
too. I
Yeah.
do too. And 20 not after Russ Meyer was very upset at the way 20th Century Fox programmed it or publicized it. They didn't do any publicity on it, and it was because there was a lot of Susan, the Valley of the Dolls lady, who the lady that did the first Valley of the Dolls, and
Uh-huh.
then they kept saying this is not a sequel and all of that, but there was a lot of bad publicity about it. We were trying to make it. They didn't understand the humor in it, and they didn't get it. These executives, they just didn't get it. It was only years and years later that the cult following happened. And it's such a shame because um, I didn't even go to the premiere. I didn't even know it was gonna. I was in New York and didn't even know about the premiere. So I don't know. It was handled very badly.
Well, You had some great music in that Strawberry
Yeah,
Alarm Clock in there with incense and
yeah,
peppermints, you know.
yeah.
Yep.
Look
So
on up at the bottom. Yeah,
yes. Oh, that was
yeah,
a great one too.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. So many great musical moments in that film. The movie
yeah.
just pops with color too, you know.
Yes, doesn't it though?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Like I
I went to uh, in Beverly Hills. They had a Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, and the Strawberry Lawn Cup were on the stage singing, and we were all in the audience, and we were all dancing. It was jammed. The place was jammed. I couldn't believe that people still remembered that movie. It was lovely.
well, it's interesting because I was born in 1972, so this
Oh,
movie's
I
two
hate you.
yeah, and I'm still older than you. Isn't it amazing how that
Amazing,
works?
isn't it?
You're
Amazing how that
18.
is.
I'm 53 and you're 18.
That's right. It's so
Yeah.
amazing.
But I'll tell you, I like looking back at these films and this film obviously it was shot in 69, comes out in 70, and
Right.
it's like, you know, you get a piece of this transformation between the 60s and 70 and the hippie
Yes,
movement and
exactly.
whatnot. I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. You have a great mind, Greg. That's a great analysis of that. It's true.
Yep, I love it. And of course, you know, I'm looking on here and the character of the Z-Man, they say was based loosely on Phil Spector, and I'm like, woo.
Wow. Really? I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah, they
wild.
got that. Yeah, that was right along that time with the Manson family and Sharon
Yes.
Tate and
Oh, and Sharon Tate wore that the dress in Valley of the Dolls, and I wore it in Beyond the Valley of the Dolls,
yep.
and it was that was a mind blower right there. It fit me too.
Well, you had a great cast in
Yeah.
this. Like Pam Grier appears in
Yes.
this.
Yeah, she's wonderful, isn't she?
Yeah, and Charles Napier, of course.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Yeah, and oh my God, John Lazar was great.
the Z-Man. Yes.
Cynthia Myers, God love her, she passed away. She was super. She was a playmate too.
Uh-huh.
Cynthia Myers, you remember her?
Yep, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
And
there's
Michael Blodgett.
yep. Oh
Cynthia went
yeah.
out. Cynthia went out for a while with Michael Blodgett, I remember. And David Kurian, I've never heard one word. No one knows where he is or anything. I mean, it's he did the movie and then no one heard another word from him. I've not I've tried to find him. I can't find him anywhere.
Wonder what happened to him.
I wonder what happened. He was very ethereal, uh, very sweet, shy guy. But I don't know. And Edie Williams, well, I hear that she looks exactly the same.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know how
haven't
that's
had her
possible.
on here.
You
I
should.
I would love to, yes.
Yeah, yeah, you should.
I would
And
love to.
Erica
Yeah.
Gavin, of course, she's terrific. I've done some autograph shows with her, and Phyllis Davis.
Uh-huh.
Is she still alive? Do you know? She's
I'll click on her. No, she
Phyllis.
passed away in
Did she?
2013, 73, yeah.
Did she? I did Vegas with her, and I just loved her. She was a I knew her personally more than I knew her business wife. And Harrison Page, of course, Duncan MacLeod. Oh my God,
Oh,
all
he
these
was
people.
hilarious.
Yeah, and Stan Ross. Remember Stan
Yeah.
Ross? He's
Oh
funny,
my. Yeah.
funny.
You know, I'm looking at this and all these memories, you know, especially the first time I watched this film. Yeah, there's some of these people I would love to get on the show here eventually, you know, and I had them share their memories. It's interesting how this domino works because when I had you on originally, I think
Yeah,
I went from you to Marcia McBroom.
right.
Marcia McBroom connected me with her sisters.
Oh, yes, her great sisters, the singers.
Yep. And
That's right.
I've had all except for Dana on, but Dana's been in touch with me. I just think she's really busy, but she's open to it. But I've had Durga on and I've had Lorelei on. And that led, of course, to Apache Ramos. And Apache, of course, that led to the Warriors, you know?
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh my God. She's she's incredible, Marcia.
Yeah.
I've got the cat right here. Kitty cat, come here. You want to be on TV? No. No. Come here. Come on, then.
Kitty being shy.
Kitty's being shy, yes. Come here, kitty cat. Come here, kitty cat. They're very much their own people, aren't they?
You know what's funny? Speaking of Rocky Horror Picture Show, I've had Little Nell on here twice, and the
Have
second time
you?
she was on here on Zoom the second time, and she, of course, lives in Australia.
Uh-huh.
It's funny because I bring this up because her cat, I kept seeing the tail come across the screen.
That's right. That's right. Come here, kitty cat. Her tail is up like this. Crazy. We got rid of the dog because the dog was barking. So I think Laurie took her out for a walk.
There you go.
We've had four standard poodles. We had um, uh, Dinah Shore,
Uh-huh.
because Dick used to, you remember Dinah Shore?
Yes, I do.
None of your people know who Dinah is, but she was a fabulous, fabulous person. And Dick and her dated before me. And so he said, no, 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 I escorted her. He said, I didn't date her, I escorted her. Please give me a break. So, so, but she would tell, we would go to her house for dinner because she was a hell of a cook, a great cook. And she would tell stories, and he would, and I knew the stories because he had told me the stories, but they didn't quite gel. So I said, you fucked her, didn't you? I'm not sure. I'm not supposed to say that on
Oh,
your
go.
show.
You could say whatever you
And
want
he's
to.
and he said, no, no, I just escorted. I said, mm-hmm, I know, because those stories didn't gel. That one of you's telling the wrong story, but who cares? She was a fabulous person, and he would be crazy if he didn't date her. And then he introduced her to Burt Reynolds, of course, and that was the end of that. She was crazy about Burt.
Bert was a cool guy, like one of the
Yeah,
coolest, you know?
very short,
Oh, yeah?
very short. Wore heels.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I had
We had
Susie Ewing
we
on here
had
from
dinner
Smokey and the
at
Bandit. Yeah.
yeah, we had dinner at Tom Rowan's house, and he and Tom Rowan isn't was an attorney, and he handled Bert, and Bert was just a terrific guy, but I couldn't believe how short, but very nice, very sweet man. Yeah,
I've always loved Burt Reynolds. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I loved his
Um,
humor.
yeah. Well, he was very charming. He was a
Yeah,
man's man, you know?
yeah,
So,
definitely. I love
yeah.
men's men. Oh,
There
I
you
see,
go.
where I live in Westlake Village, and
Uh-huh.
there's a great restaurant just 2 minutes away called Tuscany, and Tom Selleck goes there. Oh my God, I love Tom Selleck, and he gave me a beautiful picture of him showing his leg, and he said, "Dolly, I love you." That was made my day. Then I'm in Gelson's Market, and there is Sam Elliott, and I went, oh my God, because I knew them from the beach, from Malibu, and he's married to Catherine Ross. And I
Yep.
love
The
Catherine.
graduates.
And
Yeah.
we would always meet up in the vet's office or something. And I said, I don't know if you remember. I was in the produce. I said, I don't know if you remember me. I said, but I'm Dolly Martin. I was married to Dick. Oh, of course I remember you, Dolly. And he puts me in a great big hug. And he said, how is it all going? And I, at that time, it was a year ago. I said, I just turned 80. He said, me too. And we hugged each other. And I said, it sucks, doesn't it? Just
Sam
great.
Elliott's a very
Oh,
distinctive
Sam
fellow.
Elliott. What a
Yeah.
great, that voice, that look. Oh,
Yep.
except he's cut his mustache. But I guess he's in a show called 1923 or something. And he's in a, his mustache used to be right down here.
Yeah.
Cut it to here. He still looks cute though. So if you
Yeah.
know of any great 80-year-olds who need a date, I'm up for it. I don't go for younger guys,
Oh, so I don't have
unfortunately.
a shot.
Oh, love your heart. It's nothing to do. It's to age wise. Because I'm what?
I'm
What
like,
happened?
Skittles, how much are you in cat years?
Don't you want to see Skittles? She don't want to see Skittles. She's right down here. Kitty
Yeah.
cat.
No, we're Skittles is right now.
How old is Skittles?
I don't know. He's got to be over 15 at least.
Wow.
My
Wow.
nephew had him, and then my parents had him, and then he got left to me, and I was always pretty close with Skittles, you know. So yeah, Skittles knows he's taken good care of here. So
Well, I've never had a cat that this awful with food. She doesn't like anything. She is so finicky. I've never had a cat that's been finicky before. So I keep buying different cat foods, and she looks at me and meows and walks away. Oh, dear, dear, dear.
do you have any memories of Kiss of the Vampire?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. That was fun. And I only had like 3 lines in it, but it was and we got eaten by bats. And so Dick got me the DVD, and and when the bats are in there, it's a good movie, by the way, but the bats are on strings, and you can actually see the strings. It was for Hammer Productions, and I was 19 at the time. But we got eaten by bats. But and then so we're watching. Dick and I are watching it, but not really watching it. And but he said, "Isn't that your voice?" I said, "Yeah." So we rewound, and it was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. You've done a lot of notable television, you know, like you're in
Yeah,
an episode of Charlie's Angels. You should have
two.
been one of the angels.
I was the bad guy. I was the murderess. Angels on Fire, as I recall, it was called. But I did two Charlie's Angels, and then I did Vegas
Uh-huh.
and uh, Fantasy Island. I did about 2 or 3 of those. I can't remember. And but that was a lot of fun. And then
You
I
did a
did a lot of game shows,
match
which
game,
I
yeah.
love game shows. I love game shows. That was fun. Tattletales was hysterical with when the wives go backstage and the guys are asked questions. And I was watching on YouTube the other day, and it was Bob Newhart and his wife, and Dick and me, and Anthony Newley and his wife, and and they were asking who's more not intelligent, but who's more down to earth, who is knows what's going on. They all were funny, and it got to Dick, and Dick said, "Without question, me." He said, Dolly doesn't know anything about anything. But all you can do with that is laugh. He made me laugh. Like when we met, it was in a restaurant, and there was him and this girl in the middle who was shooting daggers at me, and Jack Carter, a comedian, and Jack Carter was going with a girlfriend of mine. So I passed to go to the bathroom, and I didn't know who this girl was with, Dick or Jack Carter. So I said, hi, Jack. And he said, oh, Dolly, come on over. So I shook hands with Dick. And, in the magazines, in the like comics where they go, when you look at someone and it's like knocks you down. That's what Dick and I looked at each other. And it was like incredible. And walked away. And the next day, Jack called me and said, Dick is crazy about you and he would like to go out with you. Can I give him your number? And I said, yes, fine. 8 weeks, 8 weeks it took him to call me. So by that time I said to Jack, forget it. I don't care. He said, no, he's on the road. He did a terrible movie called The Maltese Bippy. I've never seen a worse movie in my whole life. And I went to see it because I thought if I'm going to go out with the guy, I want to, I know he was on Laughing and stuff, but I wanted to see the movie. It's a dreadful movie, and in my opinion, and so 8 weeks later, the phone rings, and I'm convinced I'm not going to go out with him. I mean, how rude! He said he was promoting the movie. He was all over the country. Anyway, the phone rings, and he said, Dolly? I said, yes. He said, hi, this is Dick Martin, and I think I love you. And I started laughing. The son of a bitch got me laughing. And not only did I say yes to a date, but I drove my car to his house. He didn't even pick me up. Well, in the 40 years plus we were married and together, I never let him forget it. Never, never. 8 weeks it took you. He said, I was promoting the movie. Yeah, sure.
I would have been on that immediately.
He's always knows how to make me laugh. Even now, and he's been gone 17 years. I'm sitting here at night, and a line will come through me that I know it's him, and I don't know where it comes from, but it just makes me laugh. Isn't that weird? It's weird.
I don't know if you mentioned this before, but talk about how you met and became friends with Angie Dickinson.
Oh, through poker.
Okay.
Frank Sinatra, and when I lived in Malibu, Frank Sinatra lived 10 doors away from us. And Barbara would have a poker game every Sunday. So she said, do you play poker? Yeah, we play poker. So we played poker, and she had this great parrot, Rocky, and Rocky didn't like men. Would in fact bit Frank, and Frank said, you bite me again. He said, I'm gonna pluck you, and I'm gonna stuff you, and I'm gonna put you in the oven. He would say to this poor bird. The bird was great. The bird would be in our poker game, and he would be outside. And Rocky was so fabulous. I love Rocky. But Rocky would say, fuck! So the neighbors really didn't like this. So we couldn't have the games outside anymore. We had to have them indoors. But that's when I met Angie. Angie's a great poker player. Boy, is she good. And we even named a poker game after her. She's fabulous. She's still got her great sense of humor. She's so beautiful. I have never known anyone more beautiful, because to me, beauty comes from inside. I was at a doctor's office yesterday. Really pissed me off. And the girl in the reception, I said to her, gosh, you're a very pretty girl. Nothing,
Wow.
nothing. Not thank you, nothing. Not a smile, nothing. And and she was so rotten to me. I wanted to go back and say, you're not pretty anymore. You're ugly because prettiness comes from inside. You can have a facade that is pretty, but that will go. And it's what's inside. If you're good inside, it comes out. You can see.
You
And
know,
she, well,
the Northern Pikes had a song. She ain't pretty, she just looks that way.
oh, how fabulous.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a great song. My gosh. Oh, I'd like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's
Yeah.
so true. I see many people. I mean, the looks, they go. The looks, as you can tell, they've gone. But I still feel I'm pretty inside. You know what I mean? It's because I find joy in things that I'm not miserable. I'm
Well,
a,
you look fine to me physically. You look
well,
you
it's
look fine to
how
me.
fine can you be at 81? But it doesn't matter because um, my brother, who is no longer with us, but he fancied himself as a psychic, healing psychic. And I said to him, Roger, how old am I going to be when I die? He said, you're not supposed to tell anyone that. I said, I know that, but tell me. I'm not going to tell anyone, of course. And he said, 89. I said, not 90. He said, does 89 sound like 90 to you?
Well, hopefully you make it to 90, you know.
my grandfather was 94. My mother was 92. My father was 94 too as well. So
There
I've
you
got
go.
I've got pretty good. I just have got I broke both my wrists. I broke every bone in my body practically. And when Daisy, my dog, um, uh, she when she was 6 months old, her leash went around me and I fell on my face, and my face was out like here. But they didn't take X-rays of my neck, and apparently, and 6 months, 3 months later, I couldn't get my head off the pillow, and I they took me immediately to the hospital, and I had C1 and C2. I had broken, and they said I was very lucky not to have been a paraplegic. And so I had this wonderful doctor, Dr. Yashar, and he put two screws, a plate, and a cadaver bone in my neck,
Uh-huh.
and it's amazing, amazing. But that, and then I broke my back twice after that. So I'm a klutz. What can I tell you? But I still, my doctor once told me I would never die a natural death because I'm so healthy inside that I would have to walk in front of a bus or something.
Oh, hopefully you don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, you mentioned autograph shows. How often do you get to do those?
Well, I was supposed to have done one, a Hollywood show, like a month ago, but unfortunately, I was in the hospital, so I couldn't do that. And I'm doing one in January,
Okay.
and I did two before that, but the last one I did, they put me with all the playmates, and I'm the oldest playmate, and I said I don't want to do this. This is not where I only was a playmate. I did other things, and so just put me in the don't put me with all the gorgeous playmates because no one wants to see an old broad like me. And these girls were so gorgeous, I felt awful. So I'm not going to do that anymore. But he's going to put me with just regular.
Yeah, I would love to see you at a convention. I did two this year.
Did you?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I did one in Toronto and one in Niagara Falls.
Wow.
Yep. I've only done one in the States. I did Chiller in the States.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did that. I did that in New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
My friend Lisa Lang was an actress, a Canadian actress, and she introduced me to all this because I've assisted her at these events. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, and she helped me get my passport. So
Oh,
that Chiller was the first, so far, first and only time I've been to the States. And
really?
yep, I had a good time at Chiller. I had a really good time.
Yeah,
And
I did too.
it
I
was the
did too.
first signing for a Sybil Shepherd, first time. And I went and I met her, and I had a great time. I love doing these. The
Yeah.
Yeah, I give my business card out, and in hopes I can get more people to come on my show. And but most of them, they don't realize I work as a cleaner. I don't make money at this. So when I
No.
get my vacation pay, I use it to go to do these conventions. I
Ah,
try to do at least a couple a year, you know.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Are
And
you
I love,
married, Greg?
no, are you kidding
No?
me? The only one that wants to spend their life with me is Skittles. That's only because I give them treats.
And this one, look at this one. You see
I,
her?
there you go.
Look, kitty. Oh, kitty cat. No, kitty cat. Oh, kitty cat. Oh, dear. All right. Sorry, darling.
I did see you briefly.
Yeah, briefly.
You just hold on here. I'll see if I can get Skittles.
Oh,
You just,
yes.
I'll
Oh,
get, I'll get Skittles.
okay.
I know you want to see Skittles. You know,
Oh, am I see? Am I seeing her? Let's see.
want to see my kitty. Skittles is like, what?
Wow. Hi, Skittles. Aren't you beautiful?
Skittles is like,
Skittles. Hello, Skittles.
he's a good
Wow, you're a
boy.
sweetheart. You're
You
a
should have heard,
sweetheart.
speaking of Dress to Kill, Nancy Allen's reaction to Skittles was priceless.
Why? What do you mean?
She goes, "Oh, I just want his little piece."
What a sweetheart, though. Look at her. What a
Yeah,
sweetheart.
he is my buddy.
Aw,
Yeah, you my good buddy, isn't
aw.
he? Yes.
That's
Skittles.
adorable.
Yeah, I love my kitty.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
always, Dick was a cat person too. I always was a dog person before I met him. He made
Uh-huh.
me into a cat person. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
But no, do you have any I think I might have asked you this before, but I'll bring it up again. When you're at these conventions, what's the most unique thing you've ever been asked to sign?
Hmm. Hmm. God, you're talking about years and years and years of some odd things, but just I don't know. I can't remember. Um, T-shirts and uh, lipstick on things, and I don't wear lipstick usually, but so I have to put the bloody lipstick on. But
You
I can't.
If you ever
Nothing.
had if you ever had somebody to ask you to sign their body and then they have it tattooed on them, I hear
Yeah,
that a lot.
really.
I think Caroline Monroe was the first one that told me that. Now I
Wow,
hear it quite often. Yeah.
wow, boy,
Yeah.
you've really arrived if that happens, haven't you?
Yeah. I don't have
Wow.
any tattoos, so
No, I
you
don't
know.
either.
Yeah.
I don't either.
But
No.
no, I love the autograph shows. And do you find it because I know you've had some surgeries and whatnot, do you find it hard to travel to the autograph
No,
shows?
no. It's just I've lost. the use of all my arm up here. I can only lift my right hand if I'm supported by my left hand. In other
Okay.
words, I can do this, but uh, I signed, gosh, I signed about 60 autographs the other day, and my arm was killing me at the end, but they'd all accumulated. Um, I felt really bad about some of them, like 6 months old, but some of the letters, I don't think I've ever had a bad letter. Some of the things that just wonderful. This one fellow, he was in Vietnam,
Uh-huh.
and he said they were out on a uh, rec, recon, they were looking for trouble, trying to make trouble, and there was a big gust of wind, and his helmet flew off, and they and my picture apparently was in his helmet, and so he considered me his lucky charm, and the picture went flying out. So him and his friends, they went to Daisy. They went to find it for him, which made them late getting back to camp. And his captain said, "Why were you late?" And he explained why, that they were looking for me. And he said, "Well, I guess she is your lucky charm." He said, because they had two not missiles, but going into whatever they were,
Oh,
going into
wow.
camp, and it hit where they were, their hooch, where they lived. It hit, and they weren't there. They were out looking for my picture. Isn't
Oh,
that wild?
wow. That is wild.
Yeah. So that was a lovely thing. And I'm getting a lot of pictures, a lot of autograph from Hungary. I guess they're showing beyond the Valley of the Dogs. I don't know. I don't know. But in Hungary, they put the last name first. So it's very difficult. You don't want to put to so and so and it's their last name. You want to put to George or, whatever. But that lovely, I never had a horrible harm. Dick did. Dick got some really horrible letters. But, and he kept a folder, um, horrible fan letters because they were funny. This one woman was telling him what a terrible man he was and how she hated laughing. And it was full of, I don't know if I can swear on here. Can I
Go
swear?
ahead. Go
Um,
ahead.
she said, "And you're a cock," she said to him. Now, and it's disgusting. That show is disgusting. And you say terrible words, you piece of shit. And she's doing all, and I hate your partner. Oh God, it was funny. It was funnier when he said it, but he found humor in everything. He was
Yeah.
when he was 15, he was diagnosed with tuberculosis in
Mhm.
school. So he was in a sanitarium for 2 years, and they, in those days, they didn't have TV, so he couldn't get out of bed for 6 months for anything. So he had radio, and he listened to all the Jack Benny, George Burns, Gracie Allen, watched all of those, and he became such an aficionado of TV and movies. He read anything that had anything in it. He read, and so when Steve Lawrence, the singer Steve Lawrence, was on the road, and they were with him and Edie, and they were talking about a movie or something. Who was in that? Who was in that? They'd say, "Oh, Dickie would know," and they'd call Dick, and then Dick would tell him who was in the movie, who was. He was amazing how he retained all that stuff, and yeah, so sweet.
Wow. Well, I'll have to see if I can get you at a con up here. I'd love to
Oh,
meet you
that
at a
would be great.
convention.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that would be
I don't know if
fantastic.
anyone would. Yeah, I don't know if anyone would know me up there, but maybe.
You'd be surprised. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah. But I'd certainly go meet you. So there you go. Yeah.
Love it.
Well, do you have any charities or anything like that that you wish to plug on here that are dear
No,
to you? No? Okay.
no. I I get so many letters every day. So I love Tunnel to Towers. You know the
Oh, yes. I've made a donation to that.
Me too.
Um, Sandy Johnson, who was also a playmate,
Yeah.
she was in the original Halloween.
Oh yeah.
And I made a donation to it, and she did a Doubtfire Face challenge for suicide depression awareness. It was
Yeah.
the pie in the face challenge, and she did it. And I donated to Tunnels for Towers.
Yeah. Me too.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love
Yep.
that. I love that charity, and I also like blind dogs. My brother Jack, who lives in England, he's blind. He has that retinitis pigmentitis, the tunnel vision. So,
Uh-huh.
and he's an artist, and he's got four children. Three out of his four children have it, and it's
Oh,
no
wow.
cure, no cure at all.
That's
But
unfortunate.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
doesn't stop him from being a pain in the ass, though. You
Well,
know,
what
you
do you
are with
think?
brothers.
What do you think? 55 years. What
I
do you
cannot
think?
believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was
50?
it was such fun.
Well,
I
you know
still have
what?
my 21st birthday cards. That's how I keep things.
Well, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Oh, I'm 18 now.
You're 18. You went from 21 to 18. There you go. There you
uh,
go. Well, you know what, Dolly? It was so wonderful having you come
yeah,
on here. And
you are such a pleasure to talk to, Greg. You're a doll.
well,
You
you know
really are.
what? I knew I wanted to have you come on here again. I know the first time I had you on it was when I was at the station when but when the pandemic happened, I couldn't do them there.
Oh
It's
my
actually
gosh.
yeah, another guest I've had on the show introduced me to Zoom. And it's like now I could just do these out of my apartment. And it's just so much more convenient, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great.
I
Is that
love it.
at the back? Is that the the coastline of where you are, Brunswick, right
No,
there?
that's a shot from Toronto. I
Oh, it
love
is Toronto.
Toronto. I
That's
love
great.
Toronto. Yeah. I fell in love with that city when I first went. And
What made you
it,
like it more than anywhere else?
you know what? I New Brunswick is a very it's a small province. Um, some people call it a retirement place, you know.
Uh-huh.
Me, when I went to Toronto, it's like number one, it was my first time on a plane. And when I get off the plane, it's like I saw these buildings. It's like I'm not in Kansas anymore. But in Toronto, like I wouldn't have a car. Like Lisa taught me how to use the subway system and the
Oh,
shuttle buses and the GO trains and streetcars and stuff like that. I love it. And the theater scene there, like we got one cinema here in Fredericton, but there like I just came back uh over a week ago from being in Toronto. And I mean, I saw John Carpenter's Halloween a couple times there. I saw Annie Hall there, you know,
wow.
and yeah, it's like it's kind of nice today to go and see some of these movies on the big screen because
Yeah,
I still like going to the theater, you know?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw Downton Abbey at the
Uh-huh.
theater, the final one. But yeah, it's I forgot what I was going to say now. Um, just went woo right out of
Downton
my.
Abbey.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you saw that in the theater. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
I still enjoy going to the theater and stuff like that. In Toronto, I
yeah.
guess, just had some adventure. There's lots of opportunities for innovation and different things, you know?
Well, my stepson, um, Richard Martin, he lives in Vancouver. He was a director, and he does editing a lot now. But he did some good movies that Dick was in. Actually, Dick did some uh, little cameo thing in it. But they live on an island called Bowen Island
Okay.
Vancouver, and I'd love to go see that one day.
Oh, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I couldn't go to my grandson had a got married, and Laurie and I were on our way going up there, and I broke my foot, and I couldn't go. I stepped off the curb and I broke my foot. What a klutz! What a klutz! My mother used to say, "Oh, why are you so clumsy?" I said, "I don't know. Probably the genes, mother."
I don't know. But no, it was wonderful having you come on here today, you know.
I love talking to you, Greg.
Yeah.
You're a
And
hell of a guy.
again, a special shout out to Lori, who has been
Yes,
so awesome.
Laurie, Greg says a special shout out to you. Come on in,
Yeah.
Laurie.
Hi, Lori. I just wanted to say a special thank you. You've been so wonderful to work with and coordinating this.
Well, it's my pleasure. Like I said, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, is she the
Yeah.
best?
I
Dolly's had a
think
few
you,
things
well,
going on with her.
I think you were with her whenever I had her on before too. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Possibly.
been with me 10 years. Yeah,
There you go. There
yeah,
you
yeah.
go. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
had your number all this time. That shows how much you can trust me, as I've never abused that.
I know you had her cell number too, right?
I believe so,
And
yes.
my
Yeah.
number you have, and I put my number in your number in my phone. So for
I
future.
appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm really happy that you got back to me and you worked with. I'm pretty open, you know, when it comes to scheduling people. Like I don't do a live show, so I record these and then I put them out later. So it's easy for me to work around people's schedules, and
I
so
love
I'm
that.
really, yeah. I wanted to ask you, Lori, any stories about Frank Sinatra and Nancy Sinatra?
Not
Oh
Nancy,
God.
Barbara.
Oh,
Oh, Barbara. Oh, I've
Barbara.
got tons.
She's got tons. That's a whole
I have
different show.
tons. I have tons.
That's
Oh my
another
God.
show.
Oh my God. Yeah, my book will be released soon.
There you go.
Her
Yeah.
lips are sealed. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well,
Oh, but there's some
I
good ones.
there you go.
For up until the last 5 years.
Yeah. He
It
was,
was difficult. He was wonderful.
yeah,
That's all I can say.
but she was a
It was
bitch.
hard. It was hard. But
Did you call him old Blue Eyes?
Oh yeah,
no, I just called him Mr. S.
Mr. S, but he was all
But,
blue eyes.
but
Yeah,
when we saw him at his best and his worst, and he was in the home, I worked in the home, and it was hard. Dolly and Dick came to see him one time. He's really was on his deathbed.
yeah,
Had to
it
go in.
was.
And Barbara's like, "Oh, come on in, guys.
Yeah, come on
Come
in.
and see him. He'd love to see you."
Oh, it's just
No,
dreadful.
it was so
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It just wasn't not good. It was a little difficult, but we had a lot of good years.
And do you
So
remember? Do you remember Tim Conway?
Yes, I do.
Tim Conway and his wife were at our house, Sharkey, and it was my birthday, and Frank was upstairs. He came back downstairs, and Sharkey is very shy, but she said, "Don't introduce me." I said, "Why?" She said, "Dolly, I'm from Hoboken, or Hoboken.
Yeah.
And she said, and first there's Frank Sinatra, then there's God, and then there's the Pope. But first there's Frank Sinatra. And anytime Frank's records come on, everything was quiet. So she said, I don't want to meet him because I'll just die. So I come in to go to the bathroom, and he's there's him, and there's the couch behind him. He's watching TV, and I told him about her, and he thought it was the fighter Sharky. There's a fighter or something called Sharky, and I said, no, no, no. He said, well, where is she? I said, here they come, and they walked in, and Sharky is like this, and Frank hugs her and kisses her and hugs her, and she falls down on the couch behind, sobbing because, oh my God, Frank's and I is so funny. I never let her forget that. I mean, you're married to Tim Conway. You meet everybody in the world, and she just lost it with Frank. It was funny.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I lost it with you.
You're crazy.
Oh, you know, I love your red hair. I love your red
Thank
hair.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you, darling. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I gotta say it was wonderful having you come on here today. And like I said, the door is open if Angie Dickinson wants to come on here. Yeah. You tell her
She
I get,
wants, I know she wants to, is whether she can, you know.
well, I'll make it as easy for her as I can.
Yeah, but she can't get around, is what I'm saying. So,
Ah,
you know.
I see. I see. Well, I got three, like I said, three different prints of Dress to Kill. So I
I'll
definitely have,
certainly tell her that. I'll
yeah,
certainly tell her that.
yeah.
I love that.
But I think Angie's awesome, you know, and I
She
wish her
is.
well, and I definitely wish you well as well.
Thank you,
And
darling.
yeah,
Thank you.
before I let you go, would you mind doing a plug for my show?
Oh, of course I'll do a plug for your show.
Yeah, just
You
state your
you have the
name.
best show ever. And how handsome you are. Oh my God. And alive, you're just very great.
Well, just state your name and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Okay. I hope I get that right. Okay. Let me write that down so I don't
Sure.
forget it. Okay. Okay. Greg Gutfield.
Gilbert. Yeah.
Gilbert. Okay. On
Python's Paradise.
Pythons. I love that. Why do
Yeah.
you call it that?
I'm DJ Python.
Oh, right.
I,
Okay. I'm old.
yeah.
What can I tell you? Okay.
Go for
I
it.
want everybody to watch Greg Gilbert, not Gutfield, Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise. It's the best show ever, and you can't go wrong. You'll hear full of fun and laughter. I love you.
Especially,
I love you, Greg.
I love you too, Dolly. Yes, we're celebrating the 55th anniversary of Beyond the
Whoa,
Valley of the Dolls.
what can I
And
tell you?
it's amazing since you're 18 years old.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Well, Dolly, it was so wonderful.
You
Thank
too.
you for coming on here. And I thank Lori again for helping set this up. This has
Oh,
been wonderful.
you are wonderful, Greg, and we adore you. And anytime we can help you with getting anyone on, whatever, but they should come on your show because it's a great show. And I love you dearly.
Who do you suggest to come on here?
Well, Lori would be great on it, but I don't know. She says no.
What?
We'll talk her into it. Um, um, you've had Harrison on, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. Most of my friends are dead. I know. It's awful, isn't it? But it's true. Yeah.
Well, I'll remain hopeful for Angie if she's ever up to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
And
And
it,
she has a wonderful lady that takes care of her called Lori. Her name is Lori as well. Lori
uh-huh.
Karstens, and she's fabulous. So I'll get in touch with her too.
Yeah,
All right.
like I mean,
But I
like
don't
I
think it'll
said,
be this year.
oh, it doesn't have to be this year.
No, no.
I'm like, I mean, look how long it took for us to coordinate,
That's right.
and here you are, I'm
That's
fine.
right. I love
I'm
it.
pretty good. I'm pretty good with that.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, the door is open. I had somebody who I reached out to for an anniversary of a film, and he was so apologetic. He he got back to me a year later, and he said, "I'm just seeing this," and he's so apologetic that he missed the anniversary. And I said, "Yeah, well, when would you like to come on?" And I had him on, and we had a
Who
great
was it?
chat. Um, oh, his name's he was a kid in the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Why is his name escaping me? He played the a flashback character in the movie. Why is his name escaping me?
It's not just
Um,
me, is it? It's not just me,
yeah.
is it?
Well, I got the interview up, but he's now a grown adult, but he was a child actor in this
Wow.
movie, and he was so apologetic. And I said, "It's
Ah,
okay, look, come on anyway,
and
and
that's sweet. That's
yeah."
sweet. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, I've had one or two this year who's like, "I'm just seeing this," and
Wow.
yeah,
Well, you're so easy to talk to. I
I
mean,
try.
it's it's a great podcast. I just love it.
I appreciate that. I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
that.
I'm gonna tell everyone I know. You better. How can they watch it?
It's on YouTube and it's on Spotify.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
All right, my
So
love. All right,
absolutely,
you take care and have a wonderful Thanksgiving, lovely Christmas,
absolutely.
and a great New Year.
God bless you. But
God
remember,
bless you.
when they say beyond the valley of the dolls, you're the doll. It's in your name.
I love that. Someone says to me, "You've never heard this before." Hello, Dolly. I said, "No, I've never heard that before." Oh, God. Well, I hope
You,
I see you soon, darling.
I
You
hope
take care.
so.
All
God
right.
bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, darling. How do I turn it off now?